Oliver, it's so nice to see you again at the festival. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It's great. I mean, we have nice weather. It's an open air screening. So I'm very happy to be here.
Could you introduce yourself shortly? What are you doing? Who are you?
I'm Oliver Arnold. I'm a producer and CEO of U5 Filmproduktion, U5 Film Production. We are based in Frankfurt, in Cologne, and in Babelsberg near Berlin. And yeah, we're producing series, TV movies, feature films, documentaries. That's what we are doing.
And you're here at the festival with your series Love Sucks. Tell me more about it. What is it about?
Love Sucks is a vampire series. It was produced for ZDF, the German broadcaster, and it's about vampires. The pitch was Romeo and Juliet with vampires, and that's where we got hooked. And I think everybody else got hooked, and it's a special project for us because it was a high-end series, the first time for us co-producing, to be honest. We co-produced with Studio Central, a big German company, and they were asking us if we want to co-produce. That was great. Yeah.
And what drew you guys into the idea of producing a vampire series in a German landscape?
Well, I mean, like more than 100 years ago, there was a German vampire film called Nosferatu, which is, I think, well known, and I think vampires have always been a part of German culture, or at least film culture, starting with Nosferatu, but also the little vampire in the 80s and 90s, and I think vampire stories are always thrilling, and every producer, I think, thinks about doing a vampire story one day.
And while making this series, did you feel any pressure to localize or, on the other hand, avoid some international vampire cliches?
I mean, we were looking for the cliches, to be honest. I think the vampire stories work with certain cliches, and we were going for it because it's the part of the vampire world that vampires are afraid of sunlight and etc. So I think that makes sense if you want to tell a story in this universe that you take on these cliches.
How did the series format shape the storytelling process? Because, I mean, it's also a horror story, which always relies on suspense and very sudden plot twists. How did you bring that to life in a series format?
Yeah, of course, the series format was perfect for suspense. As you're saying, you need cliffhangers at the end of every episode. The Romeo and Juliet story, I think it's well known, but it's still working because everybody knows the subject, the forbidden love. And in this case, you have vampires, you have the vampire hunters. It's clear, I think, for everyone what's the conflict. And so it's very easy to adapt that story into a series because you have a certain steps in this story that everybody knows, that of course they fall in love. There's the different families that are involved, and of course in vampire stories people die, and that makes it, I think, easy to have a nice story as a series there.
Do you have any advice for the producers who want to move on from filmmaking to series making?
As a producer, I would say it's not that different. Of course you have a longer project that you have to keep in mind. Love Sucks is 8 times 30 minutes, so you have 240 minutes to produce, which is we always compare it to a 90-minute feature film, of course, and you can multiply the effort and the time you need, and also the people you need, because it's a very long shooting schedule, and therefore you have a lot of people involved. People get sick, it's harder the longer the time period is, but the rest, I would say, of course the scale is a bit different, but on the other hand it's like movie making, it's the same procedure as a producer. Of course, as an author it's a bit different because you need episodes and you need or you have other possibilities, to tell the story. But from producing point, I would say it's just bigger, but not that different.
Okay, thank you very much.